Whether they like it or not, they're never getting rid of it.
Pedro Pascal's in hot water, folks. Disney's got him on the naughty list after some wild whispers about his Fantastic Four fiasco. You heard that right. Our favorite Mandalorian might have just torched his Marvel dreams with a meltdown so epic, it's got Hollywood buzzing like a beehive at a barbecue. Whispers say Pedro turned the set into his personal soap opera. But what went down to make Disney slam the brakes? Stick around, because this tea is scalding, and you're gonna want every sip.
It's been a dream to join the MCU. The movie is called The Fantastic Four. I'll confess, I did all my stretching for real.
So, picture the Fantastic Four reboot. Marvel's big plan to win back fans who've been snoozing through their last few flicks. They roll out the red carpet for Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, and Ebon Moss-Bachrach as Ben Grimm. A $200 million budget, a script sharper than a retiree's coupon scissors, and a cast that had Twitter losing its mind. But hold up, rumors say Pedro didn't just join the team, he tried to run the whole dang show. Word is, he showed up to rehearsals with a script marked up like a kid's coloring book, rewriting lines to make Reed the star of a one-man therapy session. Vanessa's out here trying to play Sue Storm, but Pedro's turning it into Reed's midlife crisis, the movie. Why'd the cast start side-eyeing each other like they're at a bad family reunion? Oh, you'll want to hear this next bit.
He won't leave me alone.
Here's where it gets juicy. The big table read. Supposed to be the moment where the cast clicks like a well-oiled AARP membership. Instead, it's a battlefield. Insiders whisper Pedro struts in with pages of unapproved rewrites, reading lines like he's auditioning for a TED Talk on existential dread. He's got Sue's big leadership moment. Nope, now it's Reed crying about his feelings. Joseph Quinn's funny Johnny Storm bits slash for more Reed monologues. Director Matt Shackman, poor guy, tries to steer the ship, but Pedro's like, nah, I'm the captain now. One crew member says it was like watching your uncle try to DJ at a wedding, painful and out of place. But what did Pedro say that made the whole room freeze like a senior's joints in January? Boom, Pascal drops the bomb. He looks at Shackman and says, if this is just another paint-by-numbers Marvel flick, I'm out. Silence so thick you could cut it with a butter knife. Vanessa Kirby sitting there, arms crossed, looking like she's about to call her agent. Joseph Quinn and Ebon Moss-Bachrach are exchanging glances like, did he just say that out loud? The vibe's deader than a landline, and by the end of that session, the cast walks out, quiet, no drama, just we're done. Marvel execs are sweating like they forgot their lines at a community theater audition. Emergency calls to Disney higher-ups that night, and suddenly, the Fantastic Four's a PR nightmare. But what pushed Pedro to think he could rewrite the whole dang movie? Whispers from the set say this wasn't Pedro's first rodeo. Sources claim he'd been flexing his creative muscles from day one, starting small, tweaking Reed's dialogue, adding a brooding stare here and there. But then, it snowballed. He's allegedly in costume meetings, telling designers Reed's suit needs to scream tortured genius. He's in lighting talks, demanding moodier shadows. One insider says it was like Pedro thought he was directing, starring, and catering the film. Ebon Moss-Bachrach, who's supposed to be the gritty Ben Grimm, is apparently muttering, I signed up to play a rock, not Pedro's sidekick. The crew's walking on eggshells, and the vibe's tenser than a 401k statement after a market crash. But how did this chaos spill into the public eye? Press tour time, and oh boy, it's a mess. These interviews are supposed to be fun, like swapping stories at a VFW potluck. Instead, Pedro's out here turning every question into a lecture on Reed Richards' soul. Vanessa's trying to talk about Sue's strength, but Pedro cuts in with, actually, it's about Reed's inner turmoil. Joseph Quinn's chuckling nervously, muttering, he's glued to me like a bad ex. Fans on Reddit and TikTok are eating it up, dissecting every awkward glance like it's a Zapruder film. One viral clip has Vanessa rolling her eyes so hard she could have seen her own retirement plan. The internet's screaming, what's wrong with this cast? But what happened on that red carpet that had fans clutching their pearls? Here's the spicy bit. A red carpet photo surfaces, Pedro's hands a little too cozy on Vanessa Kirby's hip. Social media split. Half say it's just Pedro being his cuddly self, half say it's creepier than a timeshare pitch. Insiders whisper not everyone was cool with Pedro's touchy-feely vibe on set either. One source says he's hugging everyone like it's a family reunion. But some folks wanted space, not a bear hug. Vanessa's keeping it classy, but you can bet her jaw's tighter than a budget at tax season. the cast starting to feel like Pedro's public charm is a shield. Nobody can call him out without looking like the bad guy. But what happened in that final Zoom call that broke the camel's back? Marvel's desperate to save this sinking ship, so they set up a private Zoom call, no press, no execs, just the cast and Shackman hoping to hit reset. Everyone's thinking, maybe we can fix this. But Pedro? He launches into a 20-minute monologue about how the Fantastic Four should be a gritty drama, not a Marvel popcorn flick. He's quoting Stan Lee like he's preaching at a revival, saying his read is the true vision. Vanessa tries to chime in all calm and professional, but Pedro cuts her off with, "It's not about who's the star, Vanessa, it's about the message." Ouch. Joseph Quinn logs off like he's dodging a telemarketer. Vanessa's out next. By the end, it's just Pedro and a few stunned faces. But did Marvel really let the whole cast walk away? Word is, that call was the end. A leaked recording, yep, it exists, has Pedro allegedly trashing Marvel's cookie-cutter approach, dismissing Shackman's notes in front of everyone. The cast? Done. No more Fantastic Four as planned, Marvel's in panic mode, and Disney's PR team is working harder than a retiree at a part-time gig. They've got a 3-step plan. First, stall, blame delays on strikes or creative differences. Second, recast quietly, slipping new Fantastic Four versions into multiverse cameos so it looks planned. Third, keep Pedro on a leash, give him small roles, but no power. One exec reportedly said, "We wanted Iron Man, but we got a motivational speaker in tights." Savage. But are fans buying this cover-up? Social media's on fire. Reddit's got threads longer than a CVS receipt. TikTok's breaking down every tense interview moment. Fans are asking, why is Fantastic Four news quieter than a library on Sunday? Marvel's playing defense, and it's not a good look for a studio that used to run the game. The real kicker? The cast thriving without them. Vanessa's snagged a lead in a Nolan flick. Bet she's laughing all the way to the bank. Joseph Quinn's got a Warner Brothers deal, and Eben's being wooed by A24. They're silent, but that silence is louder than a foghorn at a bingo night. Disney tried to sweet-talk them back, but they all said, hard pass. So what's Pedro doing now? Pedro's out here posting cryptic Instagram captions, all misunderstood artist vibes, like he's auditioning for a Lifetime movie. Fans are still ride or die, but studios are whispering, is he too hot to handle? Some say he's still bankable. Others think he's riskier than a 90second.com stock. The Fantastic Four was supposed to be Marvel's big comeback, but now it's a warning sign in neon lights. Too much ego can tank a franchise faster than you can say multiplex. Pedro thought he was saving the movie. The cast thought he was hijacking it. Marvel thought they could hide it, but now the world knows. So, what's your take? Is Pedro the visionary hero or the guy who crashed the party? Drop your thoughts below, because this Hollywood train wreck's got more twists coming.